Hey, so I know I've been promising this for a while and finally got down to it. So here's the tutorial on the gameplay tag component, and we're going to achieve this with it. Okay, so the way it works is we go to the third person character, and the first thing we do is at begin play. Um, I get the gameplay tag manager, just drag it into the graph, right? And from here, drag out add gameplay tag, right? That's what I've done here, so no need to repeat this. Now, when you have this function, you click the drop down and you can add whichever tags you'd like to give to the character. I could give 2 or 4 tags as well, as many as you like, right? Um, in this case, I'm going to give it the grounded tag, right? So at begin play, our character is in the state grounded. Okay, that's all. And then we've modified the jump function. So in this case, again, I drag out and look for has active gameplay tag. And then under the tag manager, you see here, okay, before I go any further, how do you add gameplay tags? So in this case, and you can do this here as well, you click on manage gameplay tags and this pop-up comes out. This is actually placed in your project settings under gameplay tags, right? So if I were to click on gameplay tags, you see this icon, you click on it, and then here all your tags are listed. To add a new tag this way, you click the plus icon and let's say player dot state dot enlighten, right? And then this is important, you select the source and you can have multiple sources for your gameplay tags as well. You click add new tag and there it's made an enlightened state for our player as well. We won't be using this, but anyway, that's how you add. Another way of adding tags, which I won't get into right now, is you can even use data tables. Just quickly running through them, like go here and then this is what it looks like. So, under your row, you just, say I click add new row and I could add another, tag over here, and the tag would be, in this case, say interactable inner demons. We'll interact with our inner demons. Okay, sorry. So yeah, and in this case, like when I add this here, save, and I go back to project settings and manage gameplay tags, we should have inner demons with us, right? So that's another way of adding gameplay tags. But just sticking to the ones that are already added here directly, how do you use them with the component is what I'm going to show you. So coming back here, you could directly get that pop-up by clicking manage gameplay tags, and then so you have player state grounded at begin play. Then we check for has gameplay tag, which checks if the player is grounded, look for exact match, and then if this is true, it functions like a boolean. So I mean is a boolean. So, but in this case, like if you don't select look for exact match, it would check for whether the player has any of these tags. So even if it was player state, it would still give you a positive value, return true. Right. So then going forward, what we do is we remove the state grounded because that's not where we are anymore. Add player state in air, and then launch the character with a z velocity of 3000, and that's what gives us this, right? Cool. Okay, so this, and then in order to be able to do this over and over again, because we for some reason, like, this doesn't get, triggered, um, what we also want to make sure is, like, on the event landed, which is an inbuilt event, we just make sure that the in-air state is removed, right? So remove gameplay tags in air, and then again add back the state grounded, right? So this completes the jump function, and then this allows me to jump, and once, see, I can't re-trigger it, but then once I'm grounded again, I can go back in the air. Right, so this is one way of going about things. Say I wanted to do something a little more complex. So I'll disconnect these pins for now, and then come here, and it's the same input action for jump. Just connect these two here. Now in this case, so started we do whatever we're going to do, and completed we just call stop jumping. And now what I'm going to do is I drag out the gameplay tag container from the tag manager, and then call switch on gameplay tag. Now this essentially is where gameplay tags kind of function like, a switch statement on an enum, I guess. And the way this works is, like, you just click here, add pin, and in this case we could check if our character is, players in the state enlightened or frozen, and it would give you another pin, and you could have as many of these. If this was an enum, then you would, kind of, like, after your state check, you would draw another one, and then, like, in this case, I'm gonna, I'm adding a multiple jump functionality. So if these were enums, then, after in air, I would have another enum to check, and, like, it just becomes slightly harder to keep track of. But in this case, all your tags are in one place, so you can just check, replace them, remove them. So there you go, and add new ones as you like. And I could even turn this off, so, we don't have a default action that we want the character to perform. Right, okay, so then in this case, what we're doing is, when the player is in the state grounded, which we add at begin play, I launch the character at 500 velocity, and then once it's launched, I add the tag in air jumped once, right? Because that's what we've done, and I remove the gameplay tag for grounded. Then the next step that I do is I launch my character at a velocity of 1000, right? And the second step is I add jumped twice, right? And here I remove two tags. So even though this will never really happen, the player won't be grounded when this happens, I still remove the tag player state grounded and player state in air jumped once, because we're in our second jump now. So you could add, this is just to show you that, like, we can add or remove as many tags as we like at any given time. So it's a lot more cleaner and, like, easier to check as well and debug, right? And then in the third case, when our player is in the state in air jumped twice, I launch the character at a velocity of 2000 and then remove all three tags, right? Because we no longer want to, we have no use for these anymore, because we don't want to, re-trigger any of these. And then, just going back to the on landed event, here I just replace this one with jumped once and jumped twice, right? And now, yeah, our function's complete. We've come back to grounded. Let's see how that looks. So play, and so that's 1, 2, 3, right? 1, 2, 3. Right. Right. So you can kind of, at the apex of the jump, you can kind of add more velocity to the character. Right. So that's how the system sort of functions in a really sort of simple way. Um, you could also, add this to any actor, uh, and then call the, once you have a reference to that actor's gameplay tag manager, you could call this function and so add gameplay tags message, right? And in this case, you would be triggering this on, um, you know, your referenced actor's gameplay tag manager. So you could use this to trigger, add, or remove gameplay tags on your player character from other actors in the game world. Yeah, I won't do a demo of this right now, but like you can play around with it. So just to show you that it's there. Cool. Let me know if you have any questions, and thanks for watching. Cheers. Bye.